Home Care is dedicated to providing exceptional in-home care for the elderly. Joining us today from Private Home Care is Mario Tucker. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, I think at some point everybody has to face the reality that their parents are aging and that at some point they may need assistance. I mean, this is something that's going to happen to all of us. How do you come in? How does Private Home Care come into that business to help parents as they age?
Absolutely. Well, what we provide is kind of an alternative to nursing homes or assisted living facilities. We are able to help people age naturally at home through caregivers who are able to come in and help them with their activities of daily living. But one thing that is really different about our company and our model is that we focus on having one primary caregiver work with the client as opposed to having multiple people just coming in and out of the home and having a revolving door. We have one primary caregiver and then in certain situations a secondary caregiver if it's a case where the client would need more than 5 days of assistance. So that's really kind of what differentiates us from other services and other home care agencies.
And you want that trust, you want that consistency, and you want that trust. I mean, on one end you've got, let's talk about the range, because I mean, yes, if you have a parent who there's a medical side or they're just clearly at a stage where they need attention and they need that assistance, but you probably have a wide range of clients. I mean, when do you start looking, when should one start looking into this? Like when something happens or beforehand, and what is that range of services that you provide?
Preventative is always best. So sometimes our clients may need just some minor assistance around the home. They may need help running errands, getting groceries, putting groceries away, housekeeping. So that would be the very minimum. And then one group of people that we like to work with, and kind of what we're known for, is our focus on live-in care and full-time care, where we have clients that are that have Alzheimer's, for example, and they are basically they need assistance around the clock. They need 24-hour care, and that's where our live-in model works very nicely, because that model is also has two caregivers, one primary who will basically stay at the home for 4 days in a row, and then a secondary who will stay at the home for 3 days in a row. And so this is particularly this model is particularly effective for people with Alzheimer's because it creates consistency. And that consistency is what is shown to be very good for people that are afflicted by dementia and Alzheimer's. So that is kind of the range. We start out with someone that doesn't need very much assistance, and then all the way up to someone that needs monitoring around the clock.
When should families be thinking and talking about this? I mean, as we talked about, you said preventative is best. So I mean, how early out do you actually start thinking about care for aging adults? I mean, when should we be sitting around the dinner table talking about this?
Well, if someone is starting to forget things, if they're starting to have difficulty if there's a fall, anytime that there's a fall, that is a good time to go to to make sure that you are consistently going to the doctor meeting and making sure that there isn't more care that's needed. So there's not really an age, I guess, when you can say, okay, we need to start this now, but it varies really from person to person.
And it's sort of recognizing those patterns of behavior, I guess, that you're saying when someone definitely needs assistance. And you also work outside of with the elderly. You also work with other groups of people.
Yeah, we do work with other age groups as well. Basically anyone that needs non-medical assistance at home. One thing that I wanted to also share is, we are obviously, our services are private pay, but we do also work with veterans. We are able to get veterans something called medical aid and attendance. We can help them connect with the appropriate resources for that, so that they can take advantage of this package, which only 17% of eligible veterans take advantage of. And that aid money is essentially able to go toward their home care. So if there are any veterans, we can certainly assist with guiding them in the right direction to get those resources and that aid, so that they can remain at home or apply them toward other other types of long-term care facilities.
Okay, well, we've got the information there for you on the screen. It's privatehomecare.stl.com. You can visit the website and find the full range of services that they provide. But we're going to continue our discussion. It's not over yet, so we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more from Private Home Care.